Hi, I'm QDC. What we're about to build today is Academy's M1151, and this is better known as the HUMVEE. This is going to be my third and final part of a diorama series called the HUMVEE Diorama, in which I'm building a scene of Baghdad, modern day Baghdad. So let's go ahead and start building this kit right now.
I've got a
Let's go take a look inside this box. We have the warning sheet, decal, the cab, the roof, and the doors. The rims and the grille. Wheels. Clear plastic parts. Machine gun. And the instruction sheet. Alright, so we built the model kit, and now it's time for me to show you what I think about this kit so far. Take a look. So this is the completed model kit before painting, and I felt like I was a factory worker building a Humvee, starting from the chassis all the way up into the turret. And there are just so many parts to this model kit that it makes it very detailed and highly, at least as far as I could tell, accurate. The details in the interior are excellent. The grille, the suspension system here, and even the doors look very, very nice. And I'm pretty sure it's close to accurate as you can get in a model kit. So this kit from Academy is a winner for me. Now that being said, if you are a beginner and you like Humvees and you want to build this kit, I would not suggest for you to do it because there are so many parts in this kit. I know that a beginner will get frustrated easily. Now, if you're an intermediate or advanced, there are so many parts in this kit that it will take you some time. So if you're a beginner or even the intermediate or advanced, this kit will take time for you to build. It's time for me to paint the model. It's time for me to paint the model. I already gave the entire model a coat of black primer, and now I'm going to use my airbrush to start painting the interior. I want to talk to you more about how I painted my vehicle in detail. So before I started to paint my model, I wanted to make my model look as accurate as possible to the Humvees in Iraq. So I looked at a lot of pictures on the internet for Humvees in Iraq, and I initially thought that the vehicles would be very beat up with dirty windows, paint chip, and fenders that are bent. But to my surprise, the vast majority of pictures that I saw were not that. In fact, all the windows were clean, there were no paint chips, and there were not even fender benders. So they were very, very well maintained, even in the field, which is a surprise to me. So I'm going to imitate those characteristics onto my model. Before I start painting, I want to give you an idea of what I'm doing. Here is a picture of a typical Humvee in the desert, and if you take a look at all the arrows, I basically showed you how I'm going to paint the entire vehicle. If you look at the bottom of the vehicle, you see there is a white arrow that's pointing at the chassis that says shadows, and those are the shadow colors. If you look at the door of the Humvee, there is an arrow pointing to your left that says the base color, and that's the base color of the entire vehicle. If you look at the turret, you see another left arrow pointing, and it says highlights, and those are the highlights that's on the vehicle. And the very long arrow that's pointing on the hood of the vehicle is the bright highlights. So I'm going to imitate that onto my model. So in this slide, you see that I already painted the vehicle with black primer, and I painted the interior with the dark green, which is actually accurate. Then on this slide, you notice that I masked the interior by using paper and tape. And on this slide, I started the shadows. If you look very carefully in the wheel well and also underneath the chassis, you notice that there's a dark shadow color. In this slide, you see that I painted the base color, and the base color is whatever that's vertical to the vehicle. So I painted the sides of the vehicle with the base color. On this slide, I started to paint the highlights. So whatever there is some sort of 45-degree angle, I started to paint the highlights onto onto the model. And then finally, I added the highlights, the bright highlights, and the bright highlights are whatever panels that are actually directly horizontal to the sun. And in this slide, I'm showing you a picture of of all the colors that I used to paint the model. And from right to left is the base color, the highlights, the shadows, and the bright highlights. So all these colors were used to paint the model, and I was very careful to actually make the colors look as if it was uniform, to make it look realistic. I'm going to do some pin washing. I want to talk to you more about a flaw in the model kit. What you're looking at right now is the top turret for the Humvee. I just installed the bulletproof plexiglass for the front shield, and as you can well notice, the clear plastic is very, very thick. It's actually thicker than the actual shield for this gun, and the thickness for the glass for the turret itself is about the same thickness as well. This is too thick, and so although it's supposed to have bulletproof glass, I'm going to omit it, because by having these very thick plastic clear glass, it just makes it looks more fake. So I'm going to omit that. Okay, so we built the model kit, we painted it, we weathered it, and now it's time for me to show you the entire model kit in its entirety. Take a look. This is the completed model kit after painting and weathering, and this is a really good job that I've done for the paint job and weathering. What I like about the paint job that I've done is that it's blended very well. As you can remember, this paint job consists of 4 different colors, from a dark shade to a neutral base color to highlight and bright highlights. And when you put them all, when I put them all together, it still looks like as if it was one color, but there are actually 4, and it looks really nice. That's what I think is so cool about this paint job of mine. And the only complaint that I had for this model kit is what I said earlier with the turret for the glass, for the bulletproof glass. Since I actually went to see a real Humvee, I know that the bulletproof glass is not thicker
than the thickness of the turret itself. So that's the only complaint I have about this model kit. But other than that, I really like it a lot. So since I built the entire model, now it's time for me to add this model kit, the main feature, into my HUMVEE diorama.
Before we start building the diorama, I want to give you a brief synopsis of what I've done before we jump into making the diorama for this video. So in two separate videos before this one, I made two figures, several figures actually, from two different model kits. This one is called Man Down by Masterbox Models, and this one also is from Masterbox Models called Iraq Kit number 2. And these are the figures. Now for the diorama base and the buildings, it came from this particular kit called Baghdad Breakdown by Diorama Plus. So if you're interested in knowing how I built those, you're more than welcome to take a look at it. It's on YouTube. So let's go ahead and continue on building the diorama.
It's time for me to build the diorama. What you're looking at right now are 3 kits that I made previously before I made this video, and you're more than welcome to take a look at those videos if you're interested in knowing how I actually made these 3 different kits. The first kit is the background itself, which includes the ground, the wall, and the building, and these 4 figures which came from 2 different kits. So let's start making the construction of the diorama right now.
Okay, so we completed the entire project. We started with making the Humvee, and then we jumped right into finishing up the diorama, and now the project is complete. So now it's my privilege to show you the entire project that we started from the beginning to the end. Take a look.
So this is the completed model diorama that I've done, and like I said earlier, this diorama consists of mini kits, and so it looks pretty darn good in my opinion, and this is the best diorama that I've built so far in my hobby. When I first wanted to build a diorama for the Humvee, I initially wanted to do like most other people who would build dioramas, is just to really put the model in its environment and just to show off the model. But I wanted more out of it, and so I wanted to tell a story about soldiers being in a bad neighborhood in Baghdad, and I think I pulled it off well. When I look at my diorama, the first thing that I see and notice is really these 2 soldiers right here, and my attention automatically draws to this one, the one that has been shot. So I know there's something wrong in this neighborhood, and his friend is trying to help him. Then my eyes focus onto the Humvee, especially onto the gunner. He's firing his machine gun somewhere in here because he thinks that the danger is in this particular area. But in fact, the danger is all around them. And these 2 figures right over here behind the fallen broken wall represents that. When I see the entire diorama as a whole, I feel like I am in Baghdad, and that's the whole entire point of this diorama. I like it a lot.
That completes this project. So what you're about to see next is a video slideshow of the entire diorama. But before I go, as always, just because I put this video here on YouTube, it doesn't make me a model kit expert. I am not an expert. I'm just a regular guy just like you. So I hope this video does encourage you to build a model kit of your own, and hopefully it's my wish that you would explore not to use this video as your prime source of information to build model kits, but I would like for you to look at other videos on YouTube or other videos where you might find anywhere on the internet, and read books, do your own research, but most of all, enjoy this hobby. I'm QDC, and thanks for watching.
I am a warrior and a member of a team.
I am a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place the mission first.
I will always place the mission first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier. Ah!
I am an American soldier.